Hey YouTube, what's good, and welcome back to yet another video. And today we're going to be revisiting Cyber's Clock Dragon FTK. As you may know, on this channel recently, and in a remote duel tournament, I played Plant Link. And I was just lying down on the floor the other day, and I'm like, oh man, I can do Cyber's Clock FTK in that deck. And then I'm like, wait, maybe I can do it better than other decks, just because of a couple of interactions in particular. So, in this video, we'll be going through a 2-card and a 1-card combo, and then some tech cards that you can go through as well to make this deck even better, and to make Plant Link even better. So remember guys, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, Jonga5 at chaoticfactory.com, and fuck you Brian. Anyway, 2-card combo. Opera Scorpio or Lone Fire with any extender in the game. For the purpose of this video, I'll be using Trick Clown, but use your imagination, it can be anything. But there are advantages to playing Trick Clown in this deck because it's level 4 and it's light. Anyway, so we begin. Normal summon Opera Scorpio, Trick Clown. This is where they can Ash you, probably the only time. If they have 1 Ash, they must do it now or they lose. And we'll see why. So that goes through. And we summon Darling Tobia Cobra, and then we get to search. We can chain block our Cobra, 1, 2, and get our Instant Fusion. And then we can activate our Instant Fusion, summoning Millenniumize Restrict. Yeah, so this is probably one of the advantages over playing this in other decks, is you get to play Millenniumize. And we're going to keep it on the field for the entire FTK, for the entire combo, which is pretty damn nice. And I've already made a mistake. I have to have my Trick Clown in this zone. So remember guys, you want your extender in this zone. Or you just need it on the diagonal, because we need to go these two into Jasmine, and then Jasmine effect, tribute that, and we're going to go into Lone Fires. So we're going to do all the 3 of the Lone Fires. And in this deck, yes, it is relevant that we go through them because we're thinning our deck. We're going to summon Evil Fawn, and then activate Evil Fawn, so they lose 300, and then we get to summon 2 more Evil Fawns. So again, more deck thinning because we need to reduce our deck size for purposes later on. Alright, so now we're going to go Jasmine and an Evil Fawn into Cross Sheep. Then we get to turn our Evil Fawn into a Link Kribo. This will trigger our Cross Sheep because it points to a fusion and a monster special summoned. We can summon back our Spore out of our grave. Our Lone Fire out of our grave. Then we activate our effect, and we get Spore out of our deck. And we can go Link Kribo and Spore. Crystalline Huggy Fiber, of course. Summon Violent Cube, of course, because he's one of the last broken tuners left in the game. So now we can turn down into Link Cross. Link Cross's effect activates, we get 2 Link tokens. And then we can go straight into Violent Cube and Link token for Herd of Arclight. I guess over here, it's fine. And then Violent Cube activates. Search a living fossil to our hand. And shout out to my comments on my previous plant videos. Thanks for letting me know how good living fossil is. And as well, Symbols of Heritage as well. And there's another card I'll show you later. But moving on, we activate living fossil. Summon back our Lone Fire Blossom. And then we contribute itself with its own effect. And now it's no longer affected by the living fossil. Summon Mardell, Generator Boss of Light out of our deck. And we get to search the Rose Girl. So the reason why we get Mardell here is because it's light. It's light plant. So we have Fairy, Light Plant, and Light Cyberse. We can go into Curious. And so Curious at this point, if you already have it, you already have it, but you need to send a level 4 plant. So for the purpose of this combo, we're going to send Angel Trumpeter, and then we get to mill 3. So it's very important that we keep track of our numbers in our deck. So we get to mill 3, and then this is another card I think is quite good in this deck, Super Solar Nutrient. I'll run through at the end of the video why I think it's so good in Plant Link. So now that we have a level 4 plant in our grave, but because our Mardell was sent to the graveyard, we get to summon our Rose Girl out of our hand. That's very important, not to forget that. And now since we have a level 4 plant in our grave, we can banish that to summon back Spore. And Spore becomes level 5. So level 5 and level 1. For the best friend, our best friend in the game, Muddy Mud Dragon. That's where it all comes together, of course. Muddy Mud Dragon effect. So we're going to go as Clock Wyvern and a Link monster for Cyber's Clock Dragon. So we get to mill 2 cards. Okay. So keep in mind, we've used mill 2 off the first Clock Dragon, mill 3 off the Curious. And then we go Rose Girl and Curious into Access Code. And then we go 2 Cyburst monsters into Clock Lizard. So this is so cool because, again, you've done the whole combo with a Millennium Eyes Restrict on the field, so you get to block a hand trap. That's really nice. And also this deck, you can play Mid-Breaker Field and Combo the Grave, and of course 3 Triple Tactics Talent. So you have a lot of ways to fight through hand traps that can make this pretty scary. Anyway, Tribute Clock Lizard, you shuffle back Cyber's Clock Dragon into your extra deck, and then you fusion summon it again using your graveyard as material. So we have 2, 4, so 2, 4, 6, 9, 11, the Clockwise Moon of course, 12, 14, 15, 17, so we have a link rating of 17. So that means when our Cyber's Clock Dragon is summoned again, we mill 17 cards, and at this point, we should have 16 left in our deck, if the numbers are right. So 5, 10, 15, and 16. Yep. So we have the ability to mill our entire deck because I've run the numbers just right, summon just the right amount of monsters we need. So we get to mill all the cards, shut the grave, and then of course, if you know anything about Cyber's Clock Dragon FTK, we're trying to mill these 3 cards. Safert, Leviathan, and Catapult Turtle. May seem random in a planet deck, but it's fine. You can just draw this. It's fine. You can draw this. You can discard it off Opera Scorpio. You can discard it off Opera Scorpio. There's ways of fixing this. Absolutely fine. And then, of course, banish Safert, add back Leviathan to our hand, and then summon back Leviathan. And then, without even playing the Trick Clown in our deck, the combo is very self-contained in that Herald, Mardell, and Valon Cuba Light. So we banish 3 lights, summon back a monster in our grave in defense mode, summon back the Catapult Turtle, we milled 17. The attack of our Cyber's Clock Dragon is 19, 500. So then we tribute it and we inflict about 9,000 points of effect damage to our opponent, essentially FTKing them. Alright, that's really cool, guys. I'll quickly run into the 1-card combo now. Alright guys, so this is the 1-card combo, or I guess 1.5, because you need to have a monster you can discard for the Opera Scorpio. Very similar combo, slightly different, but of course it doesn't have the Millennium Eyes to help you. So this is just if you want an FTK with just a Lone Fire, or sometimes just a Scorpio. Depends. So Lone Fire effect. Go through all 3 of the Lone Fires. Scorpio, pitch, summon, get instant fusion. So of course, this time, we're not going to go for Seraphy, we're going to go for Cross Sheep straight away. And we're going to instant fusion into Theseus. So trigger Cross Sheep, summon back our Lone Fire, and then use its effect to summon Spore. Summon Spore. Then Cross Sheep and Spore, Harvey Fibrax, Violent Cube, and then it's just a little bit different. Same but different. Link token, Herald of Arclight, get the Living Fossil, and then I guess this is where it gets a little bit different. So we activate the Living Fossil, get back the Lone Fire, we use its effect, for the Mardell once again, and then we get the Rose Girl once again. Alright, just so we want to keep it simple, we can just make our Mighty Dragon, Theseus, level 5 tune-up, level 1 Link Cross token. Alright. So I guess the main difference here is we just need to get a few more free monsters. So what I'm going to do is that, and we need another link rating as well. We need more link rating and more monsters. So we're going to banish level 3 plant for our Spore. So Spore comes back as level 4. And then we're going to stack those for Dugaris. And then Dugaris we're going to detach to of course summon back Lone Fire yet again. And then tribute a Lone Fire. Summon Evil Thorn out of the deck. And then we're going to tribute the Evil Thorn. Blah blah. Summon 2 more. Okay, so this is where it gets slightly different. So we're going to go Dugaris and the Evil Thorn for the Buster Whelp, Protecting Swordsman, something like that. Just link to Dragon Light. So because we can't use Jasmine in this combo, we have this guy instead. So this lets us make Curious in that way. And so this time, because we don't need to send anything particular off this Curious, we can just send one of the combo pieces. So we can just send Levania, and then we get to mill 3. And then, not forgetting, since our Mardell went to the graveyard, summon Rose Girl out of our hand. 2, very important. So now we go Rose Girl and Curious for access code. Activate Mighty Mud Dragon, access code, and Mighty Mud Dragon. So Cyber's Clock Dragon. Mill 4 for this initial one because we used access code. And then we go for the last Evil Thorn for Link Rebo, our Cyberse, and then 2 Cyberse for Clock Lizard. So again, exact same link rating. We have a link rating of 17. But when we summon back our Cyberse Clock Dragon, and because we milled 4 of the initial summon, we have 5, 10, 14 cards that are left on the deck. So 17, we mill them all, and we can once again use our Safer to take back our Leviania and summon it for Catapult Total to black. So, 1 card FTKs are nice, but you know, they're not always the most easiest thing to achieve. But at least in this Plant Link variant, we have our Millenniumize Restrict to back us up, that we can always get off our Dying Tornado Cobra Instant Fusion, and hopefully destroy our opponent on the first turn with effect damage. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in to my, typical Jonga video of FTKing your opponents with Link Monsters and Cyberse Clock Dragon. Remember guys, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. I'm reading every comment. I like to read comments. I like the input that I get, or else I never find out how good Living Fossil is. And also shout out in this deck, because you need extenders. You can play all 3 Living Fossil if you want to. Really nice. And then if you open a Living Fossil as your extender, you can search Symbol of Heritage off Violon Cube. And Symbol of Heritage, if you've got 3 monsters in the grave of the same name, you can play this and summon it back. So, you've always got 3 Lone Fires in the grave, sometimes 3 Evil Thorns. So, there you go. Good card. Really good card. Anyway, guys. I guess one quick mention about Super Solar Nutrient. I guess not for this FTK in particular, just for Plant Link in general. So Super Solar Nutrient, you contribute a level to a lower plant. Special summon a plant out of your hand or your deck that's, level less than or equal to +3. So, you tribute a Spore, you can summon a Lone Fire straight out of your deck. So this is really cool because in many generic pathways, you can just Needle Fiber into Spore. Say if you don't open Lone Fire or Opera Scorpio, and then you can activate Super Solar Nutrient out of your hand, tributing Spore to summon Lone Fire out of your deck, which is really nuts for just pure Plant Link. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.